bought an old 80-acre farm. Bartholomew County. Got the deed to the place, and the deed is a leather-bound document that contains the names of everyone who'd ever lived there since the mid-1840s. All these old-fashioned names. I ought to bring a list of the names one day, because you wouldn't quite believe some of these old names. Hezekiah. I got that deed because we bought this old farm from a woman named Dorothy Starnes, who was a widow, and she lived there, raised her family. She'd been there for several years on her own, and it was just too much for her to keep up with. 80-acre farm is a quarter mile by half mile and round again. And she told me on her back porch that day when she handed me the keys that the thing she would miss more than anything else was walking the boundary line. She said, most days I tried to walk the line. And I thought, that's leaving a pretty big legacy to somebody else. Well, it's been 500 seasons since the feet of Bale and Needham walked this ground and deemed it a place to settle down. And in his eyes was purpose, and in his hands was fire, and in his heart he knew somehow that this was hallowed ground. So with some determination and a one-man crosscut saw, Bailey cleared a cabin site early in the fall. And he felt a peace within him as he came to work and toil, with care and understanding, growing values in the soil. And every day at sunrise he'd walk the boundary line, and on little bits of paper he'd make notes from time to time. And he came to know the seasons as he came to know the land, and he swore no place that he would rather be than walking through the tall grass near my God to thee. William Gresham had a daughter, and her name was Cora Logan, a wide-eyed girl of wonder and recent wife of James. And when William died, he left her the deed to 80 acres and the wisdom of tradition to survive the Depression's pains. With 10 fine cows, a flock of hens, and buildings straight and true, her sons would hold the corn with her and pick blackberries too.
Tires.
Her husband?
Her husband's a preacher.
Yes.
The finest.
Her husband's handmade hickory chairs were favorites in the town. And every day at sunrise he'd walk the boundary line, and on little bits of paper he'd make notes from time to time. And she came to know the seasons, and she came to know the land, and she swore no place that she would rather be than walking through the tall grass near my God today. Well, I don't pretend to own it, but this paper says it's mine. But this farm is a long memory, it's a walking back in time and through the generations whose hopes were not in vain. To live a life in harmony, well, I hope to do the same. And with history in our favor, We've set out on a course, and the ghost of Bailey Needham is a gentle guiding force. And though what we do and how we live might seem against the grain, freedom is finding beauty in the simple and the plain. And every day at sunrise we walk the boundary line, and on little bits of paper we make notes from time to time. And we've come to know the seasons as we've come to know the land. We swear no place we would rather be than walking through the tall grass near my God. Yes, we're walking through the tall